A historic decision. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled today that LGBTQ employees are protected from workplace discrimination. NBC 7's Bridget Naso joins us now with a reaction to the surprising ruling. Bridget, given the court leans to the conservative side.
Yeah, it was surprising indeed, but a clear ruling with a vote of 6-3. And for millions of Americans, many living in states unlike California with protections in place, this ruling is life-changing. A victory for the LGBTQ community.
This is just huge. It changes everything.
In a vote of 6-3, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled employers cannot discriminate against workers based on sexual orientation or gender status. Shawn Burgh is a law clerk at a San Diego firm specializing in employment law.
I wanted to focus on LGBTQ rights.
Burgh is also transgender and says this ruling is inspiring.
I feel accepted and comforted by the fact that the Supreme Court has my back.
The court's liberal wing was backed up in the ruling by two conservatives, including Chief Justice John Roberts and Trump appointee Neil Gorsuch.
It was so surprising. The fact that Gorsuch wrote the opinion,
which said in part, the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which makes sexual discrimination illegal, also covers sexual and gender orientation. The key provision of the act is also known as Title VII. The case brought by an Atlanta man fired from his job after joining a gay softball team, and a woman from Michigan fired from a funeral home after revealing her gender identity.
Their cases went to the Supreme Court, and they have changed case law for every LGBTQI person who will follow them, and that's amazing.
It makes federal what is now a patchwork of state law.
26 states you can be fired for being LGBT until today's decision. Now all of that is swept aside.
The decision impacts an estimated 8.1 million LGBTQ workers across the U.S. in states unlike California that do not have protections from workplace discrimination.
It's human rights. It's a human rights issue, and it gives them the right to be human. It gives them the right to work, and that's the American dream.
Burgh says this is a significant step in the LGBTQ rights, but there is much more to be done. We also want to mention this does not impact the military, and activists say that needs to change. Bridget Naso, NBC 7.
Bridget, thank you. Meanwhile, the Supreme